Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. My name is Andreas Vegis, and I'm a professor in the Media Informatics Lab in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication in Aristotle University of Thessaloniki, Greece. I'm presenting a paper entitled Defining Types of Data Journalism Projects, which I wrote along with my colleague Paralambos Brazas. First of all, I must say that I'm impressed with the conference so far, because we all have been in more general journalism conference, and here we are at the heart of data journalism, and I am very happy to be here. So, since the introduction of the internet more than 30 years ago, we have witnessed a tremendous growth of information and communication technologies. It's the digitization of the journalistic work processes, as well as the introduction of the internet along with its services, has had a major influence in the journalism profession. New types of journalism have emerged, namely multimedia journalism and data journalism, which require journalists to have special ICT skills. The evolution of the citizen journalism has increased the competition, and traditional media companies are under pressure to deliver more and faster news. Every day, tremendous amounts of data are produced, processed, stored, and distributed. The majority of those digital data are accessible through the internet, and thus they are available to journalists. In the recent years, data journalism has drawn significant attention both in the academic literature, but also in the area of news developments in digital news production. Data journalism is widely considered to be the future of journalism. It is a new form of journalism that gradually appeared in the previous years, driven by the availability of data in digital form. In today's digital world, almost everything can be described with numbers. Data journalism is a journalistic specialty reflecting the increased role that numerical data has in the production and distribution of information in the digital era. Data can be the source of data journalism, and it can be the tool with which the story is told. Today, there is a significant amount of data journalism projects that are being produced all over the world. These projects vary considerably in terms of structure and visualization characteristics. Thus, it will be interesting to create a classification of data journalism projects that can help data journalists to choose the appropriate type of project that will be suitable for their subject. This classification can be based on certain parameters. Now, let's give initially a definition for data journalism, which is the process of extracting useful information from data, writing articles based on information, and evading visualization, interactive sub-analysis in the articles that help readers understand the significance of the story or allow them to pinpoint data that relate to them. Data journalism workflow includes 6 stages entitled data compilation, data cleaning, data understanding, data validation, data visualization, and article writing. Each stage required from the journalist to have specific skills. In the case of static visualization, there is only one view of data, and in many occasions, multiple cases are needed in order to fully understand the available information. Also, the number of dimensions of data is limited. Thus, representing multidimensional datasets in static images is almost impossible. Dynamic interactive visualization can empower people to explore data on their own. Users can control both the information being represented on the graph or the way that the information is being presented. Today, there are a lot of available online tools that can be used for creating interactive data visualization. Since the introduction of the World Wide Web in the journalism practices, the concept of interactivity has attracted the attention of media scholars. Scholars have proposed many definitions of interactivity. I have selected a definition from Jensen that describes interactivity as a measure of a medium's potential ability to let the user exert an amount of influence on the content and or form of the mediated communication. Jensen categorizes interactivity into 4 types. Transmissional interactivity, where the user chooses from a continuous stream of information in a one-way communication. Consultational interactivity, where the user chooses from an existing selection of pre-generated information in a two-way communication. Conversational interactivity, where the user produces input his or her own information in a two-way communication, which it is stored or displayed in real time. And lastly, registrational interactivity, where the user can register information to the article, which can also adapt and or respond to the user's needs and actions. Now, based on the previous, let's move now to the proposed taxonomy. The taxonomy has a hierarchical structure. In the first level, we can find a distinction between projects that include only numbers, projects that include tables, and projects that include some kind of visualization. In the second level of the hierarchy, we can distinguish between projects that have a static and projects that include an interactive visualization. Projects with static visualizations can be published in both static, for example, print, and also interactive mediums. For example, the World Wide Web. In the third level, we can find the categorization of projects with static visualizations to projects in which the visualization is part of the story and supplements or adds value, and projects where the visualization is structured as a story. In the later category, the visualizations are the main part of the story, and the actual text of the project is quite limited and attempts to explain and clarify parts of the visualization. Also, in the third level, we can find the categorization of the projects that include interactive visualizations to transmissional, that includes projects that contain simple interactive visualizations that allow the user to view the visualization and provide him with some additional explanation of various elements of the visualization in the form of pop-up information. Consultational, that includes projects that offer multiple views of the same data, as well as projects that include interactive visualization that allow the user to zoom in certain areas, like maps, timelines, etc. And finally, conversational, that includes projects with visualization that accepts input data from the user, which can alter the visualization. Except the above characteristics that were employed in the proposed taxonomy, there are some additional features that are considered to be important and can be applied in several of the previously described categories. Thus, it is worth presenting them. Annotation layer is a feature that highlights interesting issues in the data that can be explored by the reader. This layer supplements the visualization that usually consists of a visual representation of the data and a navigation layer which can be used by readers in order to explore the data. It is worth noting that the annotation layer can be employed both in static and interactive visualization. Each visualization included in a project usually incorporates a proper headline, a short introduction that explains the context of the data for the graphic. This introduction to the graphic can help the reader understand the data more easily. Finally, moving to the conclusions, this paper discusses the issue of taxonomies of data journalist projects. The proposed taxonomy is hierarchical and addresses issues that are related to the data journalist project characteristics. An important role in the proposed types of data journalists plays the existence of visualization and the interaction they may offer to the potential user. Future extension of this work should include an analysis of the types of data journalist projects which are produced from major news organizations around the world, in order to put to test the proposed taxonomy. Also, a more detailed study of the type of interactivity that each type of visualization can offer needs to be conducted. Without doubt, data journalism is a very promising type of journalism with many possibilities that haven't been explored yet. As the society gradually moves to the era of big data, the value of data journalism will increase exponentially. Journalists need to see this development as an opportunity and seek to acquire the necessary skills in order to stay competitive. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Enes. Comments, questions? Any? No? All right. So we thank you and move